Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and today we're going to talk about 5 changes I want to see for Season 2. Alright, so no introductions, let's start immediately with the first thing I would like to see for Season 2, which is more opponent actions in practice mode. Now, you need to give credit to Bandai Namco, they definitely improved this section of practice mode. In Tekken 7, if I remember correctly, we only had 5 different slots to select the opponent's actions. But now they increased that to 8, which is great, I love that. But I do believe that we need more, especially for more complicated characters like, for example, Xiaoyu, Hwoarang, Zafina, characters with a million different stances, a million different transitions. You need more than just 8 different slots. So instead of bloating this section here, adding more and more CPU actions, more slots, what I was thinking is basically something along the lines of what we used to have in Tekken 4 and Tekken 5. Basically a section where you can just go through the whole move list of the character and just pick the individual moves that you want the dummy to use. Basically, you can pick as many moves as you want. You can pick the whole move list, you can pick 50 different moves, and I think that would be so helpful, especially if you pair that with what we already have, so the CPU opponent action slots. So you can still record what the CPU is going to do, but you can also pick the individual moves from the move list. And I think that would be so helpful with characters like Xiaoyu, Hwoarang. We absolutely need that. I would love to see that. And I think it would be insanely useful for practice mode, because really to recreate the stressful situation that it is online, playing against a real person, you really need more than just 8 different actions. 8 is just, in my opinion, is just not enough. We need more, but instead of just bloating this section here, adding more and more of these slots here, what I would do is basically just add, like in between these two sections here, I would add an option where you can go through the whole move list and just pick the individual moves. I think that would be very, very useful. Alright, so as for the second change I would like to see for Season 2, and to be honest, I know that this is very expensive and I don't have high hopes that they're gonna do this anytime soon, but it would be better AI for Ghost Battle. Because right now Ghost Battle is pretty much a joke. Like, just download a ghost of a player that you played against online, and you will quickly realize playing against this ghost that you would be better off playing against the CPU on Ultra Hard. It's just a joke at this point, it's just a meme at this point. And it is a shame because it is something that they marketed before the release of Tekken 8, and right now is barely functional. Like, I mean, it works, it's not like it doesn't work, but it's just pointless and useless at this point. Like, playing against a ghost, it's just, it would be better off playing against the CPU on Ultra Hard. There's basically no difference. And I understand this will take a lot of money to fix. And I'm sure that with time we will get there, especially considering how AI is evolving these days. But as you know, right now it's just a meme. It's just like it's a joke right now. It just doesn't work, and we need some kind of rework of the AI, because as it is right now, it just doesn't work. Alright, so as for my third change, what I would like to see for Season 2 is being able to sidestep both sides from a crouch position. This is still a big problem, this is still a huge issue in this game, the fact that you can't sidestep on both sides from full crouch. In this position, after down 2, I can't sidestep towards the camera. This is still a huge problem, especially when you block a move that forces crouch, like Mishima's right split kick forces crouch. Now you're locked in position and you can't sidestep. If you play on player 2 side like I do, you can't sidestep towards the left, because the left is here, and this is towards the camera, and you can't do it from player 2. And what really baffles me, to be honest, about the situation is the fact that In Tekken 4, they actually fixed this problem. In Tekken 4, you can sidestep both sides from crouch position. And why is that? It is because the control scheme is different in Tekken 4. And when you press down, instead of going into crouch position, the character will immediately start to sidewalk. If you want to crouch, you have to press down back or down forward. Now, I'm not saying let's go back to that control scheme, because I understand it's a bit unintuitive, especially for people that comes from 2D games, where if you hold down, you expect the character to crouch. But we could do that so that when you do a move that forces crouch, like down 2, or you block a move that forces crouch, like a right split kick, for a certain amount of frames, you're allowed to sidestep into the camera by tapping down or double tapping down, whatever. But just add a small exception into the game where when you are in a forced crouch state, and the game can recognize that situation, because as you can see in the frame displayer here, when I do down 2 heat properties, you can see an icon there, you can see a small image, a small picture that basically indicates that this is a move that forces crouch. So the game can tell when you are in that position. So they could add a small exception to the control scheme. When you are in this position, when you tap down, you sidewalk into the camera. And if you want to stay in crouch mode, you hold down back or down forward. That would be amazing in my opinion, because it is insane that in 2025 we still have this problem in the game, where depending on which side you picked, a move can be significantly stronger just because of this bug. It's not a bug really, but because of this issue, this flaw in the game, where when you're in a crouch state, you're not allowed to sidestep into the camera. And against Mishimas, it is a big problem. I like to play on player 2 side all the time, and when I block a right split kick, I get cheesed to death because I can't sidestep towards the left. And I think that should be fixed, because it's ridiculous that a game that won the award for being the best fighting game still has a massive flaw like this one. It's just unbelievable. A flaw that was fixed in Tekken 4. In Tekken 4 we didn't have this problem, and now we have it like in 2025. So Tekken 4 was like 2001, I think it was 2001. We didn't have that problem. So they absolutely, in my opinion, they absolutely need to fix this, and I don't understand why the community is not more vocal about this, because this is a huge flaw, and I can't believe we still have this. I think it would be so easy to fix. I don't think it would be that complicated to fix. Alright, now let's talk about my fourth change. Now we're gonna talk about balancing a little bit, and we're gonna talk about heat, right? Now, I'm not one of those guys that think that heat should be deleted. I mean, you have people asking, please Bandai Namco remove heat. I mean, that is never going to happen. Like, keep dreaming, dude. Heat is not going anywhere. Heat is here to stay, but it can be retuned, which is basically what Bandai Namco is trying to do. But what I would like to see is it involves heat smashes. And I would like to see for heat smashes to stop on the first hit. If you whiff the first hit, the heat smash shouldn't keep going like that. The heat smash should stop there. The Dragunov should stop on the first swing, if it whiffs. Because I'm really tired of people just spacing incorrectly their heat smash, but still get saved because you can't really punish them because they keep going. They just keep going, and you can't really whiff punish them. Even though they whiffed, you can't punish them because they just keep going. And when you try to interrupt them, you usually get killed for trying to do that. So I think that this is something that they should do. They should remove the follow-ups on whiff, just the first hit, and then the heat smash should stop. That is what I think they should do. And, you know, since we're talking about heat, let's talk about the fifth change I would like to see for Season 2, which actually involves heat engagers. Now, I think all of you remember Back for Free with Dragunov. I think you remember that this move was nerfed in terms of tracking because the second hit used to have insane tracking, right? So they nerfed that. But this is actually a very common thing with heat engagers. This is the same thing with Brian's back 1+2. It's the same thing with Kazuya's downward 1-2. They track like crazy. But the problem is that, like, Dragunov got nerfed, but these guys, they still have the insane tracking on these strings. It's like I said, it's usually mid-high heat-engaging strings. It's usually these type of attacks that they, for some reason, sometimes they have insane tracking. And I'm gonna show you that Brian has insane tracking, as you can see. This is his weak side. And even on his strong side, this still tracks. You see? And it's the same thing with Kazuya. Now I'm not gonna pick the character, but I'm gonna leave you a clip. It's basically the same thing for Kazuya's downward 1-2 tracks like crazy. It can't be stepped, and I think this should be fixed. In my opinion, they should fix this. Because if it is cheap for Dragunov, it should be cheap for all the other characters that have this. But have you noticed no one talks about this? Because, you know, this community really likes to play favorites. And when it comes to Brian and Kazuya, no one complains. They have the exact same thing. But Dragunov got nerfed pretty quickly. These guys, they still have, you know, he still has down back 1+2. Kazuya still has the downward 1-2. They still track like crazy. I'm sure there are more characters with these type of strings. I can't test every single character, but I know for sure that these guys, they have this type of strings. This tracks like crazy. Same goes with Kazuya's downward 1-2. It was stupid. Don't get me wrong. It was stupid. I wasn't against the nerf. But if Dragunov got nerfed, I think that Brian and Kazuya and any other character that has that should get nerfed. They should nerf the tracking. If it is stupid for Dragunov, it should be stupid for everyone else. Or, you know, but in this community they really like to play favorites, so... but to be honest, that's it. That's my list. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and take care.